Now, I would normally never like have a series on the channel, mainly because I would either never be able to keep up with it and completely forget about it, or upload it too frequently and it wouldn't be fun to do anymore. But I'm gonna do it anyway because I think it would be fun. So, Strongest Beings in the Multiverse is essentially going to be me talking about strong characters from comic books, manga, etc. in 5 to 6 minute videos, maybe longer. This one, I don't know how long this one's gonna be. It's probably gonna be like 8 minutes because I talk a lot. And the first video is about Protege from Earth 961, who first appeared in Guardians of the Galaxy number 15, and is one of the most overpowered characters I've ever seen in my life, and has such a unique and crazy power. This starts with Jesus of the Marvel Universe, Adam Warlock. He's very similar to Jesus, like no kidding. He's been crucified, he's died, he's been resurrected. Bro is literally space Jesus. But long story short, Adam had an evil persona called Magus, I think it's Magus, who is a future version of him who got corrupted by the Infinity Stone or gem, same thing, that got implanted into his head. But with the help of some time travel, he prevented that and stuff, yeah. But in a different reality called Earth 691, as I said before, he didn't stop it, and he became Magus, and he became a, recurring villain, blah, blah, blah. In this alternate reality, Magus started a church called the Universal Church of Truth, conquered planets and stuff. It had billions and billions of people. It was very, very huge. But then Magus died and the church had no leader, so instead they just made one. Like, they literally just made one. I don't remember exactly if they did it, like, if they, bred one with the best genes ever, or they just, scientifically made one, but whatever. And they made a childlike, godlike being called Protege. And eventually, the Beyonder, a character I'll also make a video on, stumbled upon this reality and met and kidnapped Protege. Now, this is the crazy part. We find out that Protege's power is to copy any ability with no limits at all. Not like, Kakashi or Toga or Ditto or Crollo or anything like that. There's no limit to what he can copy. And using common sense while reading, he can use these powers just as good or if not better as the person he copied it from. Now, to give you an example of how crazy this power is, the Beyonder is an outer-versal level being, stronger than any cosmic being in the whole Marvel multiverse, pre-retcon obviously. Post-retcon, they were able to scare the living shit out of Hank Pym and wiped every cosmic being in every universe. And I say they because post-retcon, there were 3 of them that were sent to do what I just said, but there's a whole race of them and whatever. But basically, Protege is kidnapped by the Beyonder, and eventually they start fighting, and it's crazy, man, because the Beyonder starts using all these, crazy reality warping powers and stuff, and then Protege just mimics it, and then the fight kind of just stops. So basically, the Beyonder shows up to the original Guardians of the Galaxy and does his whole "I am from the beyond" thing, normal stuff. He sends them to one of the church's bases, and they fight Mephisto, which I'm not gonna explain why he's in the story, just you get it. In issue 44, the Beyonder shows up to Protege and they start fighting. And Protege just copies his reality warping powers, like I just said. And then the battle comes to a standstill, and BB, which is what I'm going to call the Beyonder now, just leaves with the whole, "The war is not over, even though you win the battle" and stuff, normal stuff. Then the Living Tribunal, Eternity, and 2 other unknown people are talking about the situation at hand. And I couldn't imagine how this conversation would go. It would be so funny. So the Beyonder shows up again to fight Protege, and he's like, "I'm going to teach Protege what respect is," or something. And they have their little skirmish. That's a horrible word. Skirmish might be the worst word in the English dictionary besides moist. Both of them are equally bad. And then the Living Tribunal shows up and brings a Celestial, who I'll get into later. To save time and not give any more confusing summaries, BB and Protege are in the presence of the 4 people from before. In this conversation, 2 Guardians show up, and BB tells Protege that they're distracted and they should come up with a plan. And Protege's just like, "Shut up, man. I'm copying their powers," and yeah. And a whole lot of stuff happens that I'm not going to get into because I'm trying to save you time. And Protege copies the Living Tribunal's powers. And he's like, "I'm the new one above all," and stuff. It's a really cool story. Now, with the knowledge of his powers and the extent that they reach to, it comes into question where exactly Protege scales in terms of other people. So at his peak, he had the powers of all the Guardians of the Galaxy, the original ones, BB, and the Living Tribunal, who is the 2nd to 3rd most powerful being in all of the multiverse, and claimed himself to be the new one above all. Now, would he beat the one above all? Probably not. Why? Because the one above all knows the past, present, and future in every universe and reality. If he could bring in Protege into one universe, he can probably bring him out. The whole omnipotence paradox. God cannot create a being better than himself because he is, by definition, the greatest possible being. But that doesn't mean he won't wipe out your favorite universe. I can't really think of anyone who would handle Protege at full power. Oh, he doesn't even really need full power because he can just copy the person he's fighting. Captain America. Why did I even bring up Captain America? Like, bro could just run fast. But anyway, Captain America, he's gone. God Emperor Doom, gone. Celestials, wiped out. Adam Warlock, absolutely discombobulated. Like, there's no one who can really hang with him. And I don't think anyone in DC is taking him either, except, like, the presence. Yeah, now that I think about it, he'll be able to take on all the Guardians of the Universe. He'll be able to take on all the Green Lanterns, all the Lanterns, not even just the Green Lanterns. Superman, the Justice League, it would be a slaughter. Except Batman. Now that I think about it, Batman might have a... Why did I bring up Batman? But Batman might have a chance since he has no powers. He might have a chance, now that I think about it. Give him like 3 days of prep time and he probably wins. But anyway, I would recommend the original Guardians of the Galaxy if it didn't have such a bad ending to this arc. Like, it's literally so bad. They introduce this random Celestial who approves or disapproves of things, and he disapproves of what Protege is doing, and he just like gets handcuffed in a fart bubble. It's weird. But anyway, thank you for watching. If you have any recommendations, tell me. But have a great day, and remember to drink some water.